This is the RV Game Changer. In this podcast, we will speak with manufacturing leaders, component suppliers, dealers, subsector innovators, influencers, and industry experts who all believe RVing is good for our environment, it's good for our economy, it's great for our family values and overall well-being. With your help, we can improve the RV experience for everyone.
Looking for a side hustle and extra income? With RV Wheelator, it's easy. Help people buy and sell RVs on your time and start earning right away. Call me today, Daryl Jensen, at 520-230-3123 and get started.
RV Wheelator. Turn your passion into mailbox money today.
X-Gens and baby boomers, pay attention. Tony Provost is a licensed expert with incredible insight on how to best plan for your retirement. Many of us dream of having RV adventures later in life, but we waited a bit too long to plan for this dream. What if there was a way to accelerate our plans by using little-known money management techniques which grow your savings and remove the often devastating downside of the market? This is where Tony Provost comes in. Tony has the knowledge and a lifetime of experience on how to use his unique no-risk strategies, which removes all the guesswork and downside from what we get from traditional methods of investing. Reach out to Tony and find out what the richest people in the world are doing with their money. You can do it too. Today's episode of RV Game Changer is brought to you by RVing Today TV. If it has anything to do with RVing and camping, you can bet you'll see it on RVing Today TV. Celebrating its 14th year, RVing Today TV is the #1 weekly RV and camping lifestyle show in the country. Available on major television stations and sports networks nationwide, as well as various streaming media platforms. Visit RVingToday.tv, where you'll find the list of stations and networks carrying the show, along with additional stories, news, and contests. Today, we have a whale of a show on RV Game Changer. We like to cover all aspects of the RV industry. So today we have an amazing technical innovator who has developed wholesale tools for the automotive and power sports industries, and now has reinvented his digital products to serve the RV industry's wholesale market for dealerships and manufacturers. Now, before we dig deep into what makes Wholesale Whale such an innovative and comprehensive tool for the RV industry, we at RV Game Changer ask, if you like what you hear today and find this information beneficial, please like, subscribe, and share on all your social media platforms. Any comments, good or bad, are welcome to help us do a better job to serve you, the RV community. Let's find out a little bit more about our guest, David Karstens.
Wholesale Whale is an automated marketplace built for dealers to help move inventory faster, streamline wholesale operations, and we do this by connecting buyers to sellers really quickly and efficiently. Hi, my name's David. I'm the founder of Wholesale Whale. A pretty consistent problem we were hearing from all of our dealership communities was that securing inventory through traditional wholesale methods was unreliable. The feedback was slow processes, expensive fees, inconvenient, et cetera, et cetera. Our solution is a marketplace that streamlines inventory management, automates your wholesale listings, and connects you directly to decision makers when you need them. This saves time, reduces costs, and speeds up your sales process. Dealers are able to automate the listing process for their aging inventory. This keeps it visible to the right buyers at the right time, giving you as a dealer more options for moving inventory. By using third-party appraisers to verify and update book values of listed units, we keep our marketplace true to wholesale, ensuring both buyers and sellers see accurate market-based offers. When you find the inventory or the offer that you're looking for, that's when we get out of the way. We step aside and let the dealers connect and continue negotiating the details of that deal. Our marketplace is focused on matching buyers to sellers as quickly and efficiently as possible, and as many times as you need to get that deal done. In addition to our wholesale marketplace, we also give our dealers access to tools that help them sell on the retail side. Tools like Quick Flip and Fishing. So with our quick flip feature, dealers are able to post trade-ins for a 60-minute buy bid window. What this does, it allows that dealer to get real fair market offers on that unit and a potential buyer if they do take that trade-in. Fishing allows dealers to search for specific units or specific features from non-wholesale inventory of our participating dealer network. If your search comes up with results, you're able to send an offer to those owning dealers asking if they're interested in trading or not. Thanks for taking the time to listen. We're going to be releasing more deeper dives into our features and functionalities through our socials, as well as introducing other team members. And our early access starts now. So if you're interested in getting your hands on this before anybody else does, go to our website and sign up. We look forward to seeing you there. Thanks.
Now allow me to introduce you to our honored guest on RV Game Changer, Mr. David Karstens, founder and CEO of Wholesale Whale. David, thanks for joining us today on the show.
Thanks, Bernie. Nice to be here.
Oh, yeah. It's really nice to have you. You know, that introduction that you did, the video introduction, really covers a lot of the aspects of the website and the functionality of the services that you provide. I hope we can dig in a little bit deeper. Does that sound good to you, buddy?
Yeah. I just realized I'm wearing the same thing that I was wearing in the video.
You probably haven't slept in a few days. You just released this website yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Right.
We announced our early access yesterday, which is exciting. So we're getting dealers and other industry professionals signing up and getting involved. So looking forward to getting more.
All right. So, Dave, this is not your first venture in building tools for industries who benefit from wholesale to wholesale transactions. Please tell us a little bit about your experience in this field.
Yeah, thanks. So we started building this kind of like this concept or this idea about a year and a half ago, and it's gone through various iterations and just really kind of the process of talking to our dealers and talking to the people in the industry in the space who are having issues, like what their problems were and what were like the really big important things they wanted to fix, because wholesale should be a very useful tool for
Right.
dealerships and people in the industry to manage inventory more efficiently. And it just, from the feedback we were getting from our dealer groups, was just, it wasn't effective. It wasn't as useful as they'd want it to be. So then we dug more into more questions and did a couple of versions of the platform. One we launched about 6 months ago, which was RV Whale. And that was strictly focused on, the RV side of business. We did that and then quickly realized that there was a couple things that we wanted to update and fix with that version, again, listening to the dealers. And we came out with Wholesale Whale, which we also expanded support for the power sports and the marine markets.
In other words, these types of services have benefited the auto industry and power sports for a long time, right? So what are some of the reasons why a dealership, would want to use a product like this?
Oh, yeah. Well, balancing inventory is really important. And even though wholesale is probably not going to be, the majority of your business, it's still a critical part of your business to ensure that your, inventory levels are accurate or like exactly how you want them to be for your demographic. Maybe there's new models coming in. You want to push out some of your older inventory to make room for the newer stuff. Whatever your reasons are, wholesale is a very powerful tool to help you do those things. And our thought was, or our motivation behind this is making it easier and faster for dealers to do that. Because right now the wholesale process is a little cumbersome, and like in the video said, it's unreliable for a lot of these dealers.
Right.
And we aim to make it as easy and fast as other marketplaces like Facebook Marketplace, Amazon, the stuff that like consumers and people are used to today with like the technology standards that are expected. Provide that to the dealer communities for their wholesale needs. And along that process and along that roadmap of building that out, a lot of other really cool tools and features kind of came into play that we were able to implement and release, like quick flip and fishing and stuff. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah. So it's really interesting what you've done. And, but the RV industry is very complex. And what kind of research did you do to kind of make sure that your product would align with the needs of an RV dealership or the RV industry as a whole, as opposed to, say, a car or a motorboat or something to that effect?
Yeah. So First of all, a lot of conversation with dealerships and like
Yeah, I'm
salespeople and
sure.
managers. Yeah, I mean that's where it all starts. Is like, what are listen to them. What are they saying they need? They're not lying to
What's
you,
your
right?
top 100 things you needed to have on this site, right? And mix it all together and come out with 300 things that are really important. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So really, what kind of like helped this process along for me was, my experience before was I spent a little over 10 years in the automotive, RV, power sport, and marine industries as a CTO.
Wow.
So yeah, so a lot of my job was basically fixing tools or making tools work for us to kind of like do the business that we need to do. I'm sure a lot of dealers, can express frustration with like managing inventory and like, how do I get my inventory into this platform? How do I make sure it looks good on this platform? And how do I, kind of like navigate all the components of the tools and the technology that we have to use to do business and make it work
Right.
seamlessly. And it just never was easy. It was always my day job, just fixing things and making things work.
A lot
So
of ones and zeros. Yeah.
yeah. So through that process, I became very intimate with how the dealership's technology systems kind of work, and then I left the space for a while to join some blockchain, Web3, and AI startups over the last 3 years or so. And through that, I was able to meet a lot of really good developers, have a lot of really good conversations about technology, and kind of built a team to bring that over into the RV space, or the RV boats and power sports space, and create a new type of wholesale market that really tackles the hard parts of wholesale.
Well, that's interesting. And like you said earlier, there's a lot that goes into it, right? So it could be a specific brand model, a floor plan, the certain features and options, and it could be based on location, economic demographics, time of year. There's a million reasons why people choose a different kind of camper at a different time. So, how does Wholesale Whale help kind of break that all down? Should we pull something up on the screen? If I pull up that laptop part of it, would that help?
Yeah, sure. This would be like your account and like the inventory that you have listed that you're trying to sell through wholesale.
Hmm.
So what we see here is we see obviously your stock numbers on the left hand side. We see the units that you're trying to offload. And the little blue robot icons mean that there's like an automation trigger enabled, which means that this isn't listed yet. As you can see, it's off market. But when the trigger fires, which could be age of listing, it could be a condition of listing, it could be anything that changes on the unit, you can set that will then trigger it to be listed for wholesale on the platform. And then you'll start
So
receiving
the
offers
dealer
in the
can set
background.
the dealer can preload it and set the perimeter as to when it gets
Yep.
available. Yeah.
Yep. And they can also set like the offers that they're willing to look at, right? So here we see offer range is for these units, 1 to 2% below book value, which is another interesting part of our platform is because we are a true wholesale platform. Everything is based off of book value. And
Right.
we have, yeah. So that really helps kind of like keep the platform. This is only what, dealers are willing to wholesale. And they want to move fast, so that that the dealers that are listing inventory, or the inventory that's listed on the platform is inventory that needs to move fast by a
Right.
trusted professional in the space.
And how do you kind of make sure and do the diligence to make sure that it's only dealers up there shopping and not private buyers that are trying to hack into the system?
Yeah. So every account that we have on the platform has to go through a license verification process, which is just really easy. You just put in, obviously your account information of where you do business and your license number, and then we'll verify it on the back end, and then allow you into the system. And when it expires, you'll just have to keep that updated.
Oh, well, that sounds easy but effective, right?
Yeah.
All right. So it sounds like you're going to be helping a lot of dealers get inventory at the right time. And then inevitably it helps the end user, right? So it's not just the dealers and the manufacturers and all that benefit from this. It's about having a customer actually when they're looking for a product and if the dealer doesn't have it, but it's a product that they carry, if it's a new product, it's within their licensing capabilities and all that stuff, they can access all these different pieces. Now, aside from like how old it is and how much they want for it based on wholesale price, let's back into how about the specific options in
Mhm.
each and every camper? How's that work?
Yeah. So specifically about RVs, because boats and power sports are a little different, but specifically with RVs, it's challenging because,
Yeah.
like,
Those options could be a big deal for
oh,
some folks.
yeah, there's a lot of them. So with cars, for example, you have a VIN explosion that does a really good job of kind of like detailing all the features and the functionalities of the car that you're going to be buying.
Right.
With RVs, it's not as easy. So VIN
Yeah,
explosion
they
isn't
don't
as
put every
effective,
VIN like that
right?
and post it on some
Well,
sort of
the chassis and like the drivetrain and stuff,
yeah,
if applicable, you can get some information from it, but you can't
from a
get
motorhome. Yeah.
you're not gonna get like the house information, right? So like
Yeah, how
what
many
kind of
solar panels it
refrigerator,
has
yeah,
or
how
whatever.
many
Yeah.
slide outs, how many, yeah, all that kind of stuff. And that's the stuff that really your shoppers are looking for. So we part of the heavy lift that we did was a very, very detailed and robust um, data protocol set that like basically like organizes inventory into all those features and specs, and allows
Okay.
our dealers to search for whatever they're looking for. And we use that to search our entire dealer network, and then we bring back the results of the unit you're looking for. So if you have a customer that comes in looking for a new Winnebago with 2 slide outs and a specific color, you can put all those specs that they're looking for in and search the entire network, and we'll return back how many of those units we found, and then you're able to put an offer on those units if you want to. So essentially you get a way to expand your inventory um, within the possibility of like the other dealer coming to terms and negotiating for that deal. Yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic. So you are able to see all of that and make it a lot easier for someone to go and say, "Oh man, this customer wants the booth dinette instead of the table and chairs,"
Right.
and you can put those parameters in there because that's where it gets kind of hairy, and that's
Mhm.
where a lot of times specific dealers may only get a camper in a certain way because that's the best seller. But every so often, someone's going to want it with that other option, and it's really important that you do so.
Yep.
Let's talk a little bit about pricing because you said you can set the parameters from wholesale from which you're allowing another dealer to buy that product. With that being said, how do you verify that wholesale number?
Yeah, so pricing on the platform it works a little differently. So we have third party appraisers that come in and they'll verify and check book values of the units. Dealers are more than welcome to put their own book values in, but they will be checked by appraisers at some point. It usually takes about 24 to 48 hours so far. When that happens, the dealers who are trying to sell inventory, they're able to select what percentage below book value they're willing to look at for this particular unit. What this does is it just gives the dealers more offers and more options for unloading inventory, and that's really what we're offering. Is just more options for unloading and transferring sales.
Well, yeah, it's like if you have too many of a particular floor plan and another dealer in a different part of the country may be in real desperate need of that and wants it like right away because their customer wants it,
Mhm.
then that would be a good opportunity for them to make a move on your platform here to try to move
Yeah,
that product.
it's interesting. We actually just talked to a dealer yesterday who that was he overbought on I think it was like some fifth wheels or some inventory. He has like 6 that he's trying to move fast before
Whew.
season changes and whatever.
Right, right. Before
And
it gets too late.
yeah, he was getting pretty excited about what we were offering. Said it would be a definitely an easier way to offload stuff.
Does Wholesale Whale have a system in place in case a particular dealer may represent the condition of a product that they're selling? Is there some way
Yeah.
for the other dealers to say, hey, sometimes this person isn't always on the up and up?
Yep. At the end of it, so the way it works is inventory is listed on the platform. Dealers view it, and they can set parameters, filters, how distance or whatever they want, and
Yep.
then they find the inventory, they put offers on it, and those offers are seen by the listing party. Now, when the listing party sees an offer they like and they think that they can negotiate and it's within a reasonable range, they'll connect with that dealer and they'll have a conversation. Um, when the connection, let's just say that they have a conversation and it's not going to work out just because of X reason, they can
Yeah.
close that connection so that way they can go and connect with another dealer to do the same thing and see if they can sell it, right? But when they close that connection, they're able to give us a quick little survey of their experience with the other party.
Oh.
This is for both of them. And what this gives us is, it's a basic, like, kind of like a standard rating system. It allows us to, like, if a dealer is being, acting in bad faith, or if they're, trying to pull one over on dealers consistently, then that will eventually show on their, when they're putting offers into other dealers, they'll see like the rating system, and they'll be able to like make a better decision if this is a dealer they want to connect with and work with or not, right? And we'll start to see dealers who have strong relationships with other dealers and are able to move inventory faster and like get the needs that they need, get the inventory they need met, because of their relationships with other dealers. They'll start moving inventory faster, and then we start to see that with our dealer network.
It gives them motivation to behave on the platform and do the right thing, right? So
yeah, and it's not like a Yelp management, like, or
yeah.
Yelp. Yeah, it's more of like an internal thing that we're using. Whereas if we'll be able to use it for checks and balances at a later time.
Hey, anything to kind of help everything stay on the up and up. I'd say that's a great idea to do something to that
The
effect.
point is to move inventory fast, right?
Right.
Yep.
Now, let's talk about some of the other features that you have, like you mentioned in the video, quick flips and fishing. Tell me a little bit about those. It's not like fishing like you hear all the bad news about. It's a different kind of
With a
fishing, right?
PH, yeah. No, it's not. It's not a hack fish. Yeah, no, it's
Okay,
actually
good.
like from the actual fishing, like, that kind
Yeah,
of
reeling in a big one. Yeah.
yeah. So, and that's kind of like the whole theme about the platform is the whales are the units, right? And you're like, you're looking for whales. So,
Nice.
yeah. So fishing is a feature that every dealer we talk to, it gets excited about that one, just because it does increase your inventory to like more of a much larger national kind of level, to where, and the car dealerships have this, really easily, like they're able to like search the entire globe for inventory and like, find what they're looking for. So
Sure.
we're bringing that to the RV space. And what you'll be able to do is, like I said, search for any year, make, model number, feature set, whatever you're looking for, and search. And before we look the entire dealer network and return back exactly what you're looking for.
Oh, wow. So now that takes some kind of integration, right? You don't just do that by accident. Dealers that participate, how do you help them like manage their inventory and so people can have access and fish in their pond, so to speak, and,
Yeah.
and be able to find those products? How's that all work?
Yeah, well, one of the things that makes our platform super easy to use is we do offer DMS syncing or inventory syncing. So you're able to actually, like, whatever platform or management system you're using to manage your dealership, you can connect to our platform and we'll pull in your inventory. And then that's the inventory that we're using for the fishing pool, right? Now, from that inventory that's being used for the fishing pool, you can then select specific pieces of inventory that you want to actually list for wholesale price, right? And those are the
Okay.
units that you decide you can automate them, or have triggers, or you can just list them directly onto the platform, and now they're on the marketplace that people can buy for wholesale. But your inventory is still just hidden in the background. It's in deep waters, if you will.
Okay.
And
So they only can
the
see what they're looking for.
they can only, yeah, so you're only seeing, like, on the marketplace that everyone sees that you're going into, you're only seeing what they want to list for wholesale. But the
So,
inventory that is not listed in the deep
yeah.
waters, that's the stuff that other dealers can fish for. And what we do is we just say, hey, yeah, this dealer has this unit for you, or a dealer has a unit for you. We don't give out any sort of information or details. What offer do you want to give that dealer? And then they would send an offer to the dealer. And then the dealer that owns the inventory, it's up to them if they want to connect with the offering dealer or not. If they don't, they can just ignore it. And
All right. So it is kind of hidden in that way. The dealer isn't face to face right away. The one who's getting fished has to be willing to accept that offer, or at least consider that offer and say it's close enough that maybe we should have a discussion, and then
100%.
open that channel up. Correct?
Yep. And me and my CTO, Justin, we're going to be doing some pretty cool, like, kind of like what we're doing here, just discussions about each feature set. So we'll be getting into the marketplace, we'll be getting into the quick flips, we'll be getting into fishing, and we'll talk about, how they work, and kind of our roadmap for those as we move forward.
So yeah, so that fishing though, it is uh, you're integrating into the dealer management system, so you're going to get right into, you have access to their computer. Now, do you have all these channels already set up, or do you have to make customized ones for each dealership? I'm sure depending on security protocols and stuff like that, there's
Yeah.
certain things that you have to get approval on.
Yeah, there's a setup process, and obviously we don't do anything without the dealer's approval. If the dealer doesn't want to connect their DMS, that's okay. They don't have to. They will be missing out on a lot of the automation and the listing features and the fishing features that we do have, but you don't have to. I mean, it's totally up to the
Right.
dealers.
You can either
And
post them yourself if you'd like and go from there, or
yeah,
but to have that, I'm sure it creates a much quicker access point, and I'm sure that's the way it works in the auto industry. You know,
yeah,
like you and I had a discussion that a couple years ago. I was looking for a particular car with a particular color and a particular
hmm
option package, and within like 7-10 minutes, they said, "Oh yeah, we can pick one of those up, and it's about 70 miles away, and we can have it here in 2 days, and off you go." So it was,
yep,
but having that accessibility is where it really gains that functionality, and then the benefit to the dealer to move inventory more quickly.
yep, yeah, and yeah. I mean, that's what we're doing. Yeah,
And having the product there at the right time for the customer, basically
yeah.
saying, yeah, they want this particular unit, and we were able to come up with a solution. Now, you had this other interesting feature called the quick flip. What's that all about?
So yeah, so Quick Flip is a cool tool. So the idea behind Quick Flip was more of like, a customer comes in with a trade in, or you're a wholesaler on the street and you found a really good unit that you think you could flip for a pretty penny. You can put in some quick information about like the year, make, model number, and just the overall condition as you see it, right?
Okay.
And turn it on, make sure it starts, that kind of stuff, and then you post that on Quick Flips. Now, with Quick Flips, it's a 60-minute locked in like buy bid window, and it's essentially like a buy bid system. So what happens is it gets posted 60 minutes. All the dealers who are participating can take a look at that Quick Flip, and they can put in an offer. Dealers are only able to put one offer in, and it's locked for 60 minutes, right? So during those 60 minutes, the dealer who posted the Quick Flip can't really interact with the offers coming in yet,
Okay.
but they can see them. So as the dealer is getting offers coming in, there's kind of like getting a temperature of what that unit would probably sell for. And
Right.
you get 15, 20 offers on that unit. We give you an average at the end of the 60 minutes, an average of what all those offers were, which gives you an additional tool of like, hey, I need to price this unit for the trade-in. And then in addition to that, you also have a list of people who want to buy that unit.
Right. So if you do
That you
take it
can
in trade, you can move it right out. Yeah.
exactly, you can do two deals with one is kind of like how we're looking at that. It's also great for wholesalers like independent wholesalers out there who don't necessarily have like a floor or whatever, or a flooring line, or they're kind of like finding stuff off the street and trying to sell it. Easy way to do that too. Like they might be out there finding the hidden gems, and the dealers are all clamoring to grab it. So
Well, that's an interesting point. I never thought about that, because for
mhm.
those smaller dealers, that you're right, they kind of pick up products here and there, and go to auctions and all that other stuff. This might be a quick and easy way for them to kind of keep an eye on stuff, and perhaps a little bit better condition than what they're accustomed to buying, and doing a little bit less recon as
I
well.
mean, yeah, I mean, like you could build a whole new business actually. Like you could get your dealer's license and don't have, uh, a lot of infrastructure, but you just go out and find stuff on like Marketplace, Craigslist, whatever. And then the stuff that you like, the stuff that you think would sell well, get it cleaned up, take some pictures, put it on a Quick Flip, and now you have buyers.
Let's talk a little bit about how RV manufacturers can benefit from Wholesale Whale.
Yeah. The big obvious one is the OEM buybacks. So like, you have an order fall through or something happens and you're sitting on units that you want to push fast. With the OEMs, you're able to list the inventory on the platform and get a national network of dealers who are looking to buy, your units. Now, the other advantage of that is we have tools specifically for manufacturers that focus on like inventory levels and distribution, and they'll be able to see like where that unit might be best suited, and then only focus on a certain area of listing that unit, right? So they have a lot of levers and pulleys they can use to get rid of, offload their inventory.
Right, and they have to work within the licensing parameters that they set up with the dealers and all that other stuff too. So those things on some of those buybacks, they probably don't apply as much. So there's opportunity there. I'm sure they can work through some of those things. So let's get into there's going to be people that really are interested in this. And because of the flexibility and how nimble the whole system is, that you can articulate specifics and really get the products that you really need at the right time. So how can these parties, these dealers, manufacturers get a hold of you?
Yeah, I'm very available. So LinkedIn's fine. Email, so david@wholesalewhale.com is fine.
Yeah, and spell your name, last name.
David Karstens, Karstens.
All right. So that way you can reach out to him on LinkedIn. And that's how we contacted. He's a wonderful guy, very responsive. And of course, you can go on to the Wholesale Whale website as well, right? So, and if you're a dealer or you're an interested party that might want to work with Wholesale Whale,
early access button up there.
Yeah, early access button. That's the one. Yeah. So
early access. Yeah, early access is cool. It's kind of like it'll be kind of like, dealership partners and people that like get their hands on the stuff first, and they really help us like mold the tools. So like all of the tools that we have, the quick flips, the fishing, the marketplace itself has all been kind of like molded through conversations with our dealers, which is really a fun process to kind of go through. So we're always looking for more dealers for helping us continue to like mold that process, because ultimately what we're building and what we're striving to build is a very useful tool for dealers to use. Because coming from the space firsthand, I know how challenging inventory management can be, and we have the team and the tools in place to fix it. We just need some more feedback from dealers, and we're making good progress on it.
So that early access is more like an early bird special, right? So it's kind of like going to dinner at 4:30 in the afternoon. You're going to get a really good deal. So
and we're also giving early access also gets a couple of perks that we announced on socials and stuff. But a little flair and
maybe a side of fries or something like that.
Extra syrup or something.
All right, great. David, it's been an absolute pleasure spending time with you today on RV Game Changer. I want to thank you so much for joining us. And everybody, make sure you reach out to David Karstens. Spell the last name again, sir.
Karstens.
Yep, on LinkedIn, or you can get right on to wholesalewhale.com and you can get more information. Have a wonderful day and God bless.
Thanks, Bernie.
RV dealers, are you losing deals because your customers are upside down in their trades? RV Realtor has the solution. They specialize in helping dealers like you close more deals by offering a way out for customers who owe too much on their current RV. RV Realtor will help turn those impossible trades into possibilities, giving your customers the chance to get into the new RV they really want. Don't let a trade-in hold you back. Partner with RV Realtor and watch your sales soar. Call RV Realtor today and close more deals. And if you want to find the latest episode of RV Game Changer, make sure you go to rvtoday.tv, where you find our latest episode along with a lot of great information, tips and tricks, and videos of RVing Today TV. If you want to get a hold of me, go to RV Game Changer on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And make sure to subscribe. Have a wonderful week and God bless.